of it, record to the cloud. There, go. Okay. All right. So last week we talked about host coaching. And I know some people were looking into host coaching systems. That was your homework. Did anybody do the homework? I saw an interesting post on Pampered Chef Consultants yesterday, and that was about, is anybody using the calling post, or what system are they using? If, sorry, if they're using, I will mute myself after we do the recap from last week's call. And that did not get brought up about host coaching, but you know, a lot of times people think, well, how can I do more than I'm doing now? It seems like my life is too busy. I can only do one show every so often, or, you know, how do they pick up the pace? And so one of the things that I've found over the years is if I have multiple shows, you know, if I just have one show, it takes me 20 minutes to get ready for a host coaching call. But if I have multiple shows, it takes me the 20 minutes to get ready and then about 5 minutes a call. It doesn't take me 20 minutes for each call to get ready. It just takes me the one time. So there's an efficiency factor when you hit that sweet spot in your business where you find you're comfortable with doing 8 shows a month. You know, you can push it every once in a while and do 13 shows, and maybe you're going to throttle back and find out now you could do 9 shows. But basically, you find that sweet spot in your business. And so one of the things that you can do to make your host coaching more effective is to use a system called Calling Post. And that's where you enter your guests' names, and it would do a robocall to each one of them. Now, it sounds kind of impersonal, but the thing about it is if they're at a show where they got a robocall reminder and then they have their own shows, remember they're host coaching their guests that they're going to get one of these robocalls, or what I call calling post calls. People would rather get a reminder call than see their friends at church the next day and say, I'm coming to your party. And she said, well, it was last night. And then they are embarrassed. So once you get the system rolling, it's kind of like mailing out your invitations for your hostess. Once they've heard from a girlfriend or two that this is what you do and their friends don't get stalked, then you don't have any troubles getting the invitation list anymore. So it is something that can help you with efficiency. So did anybody go on, look at the host coaching thing, pull up the letters that I referred to? Anybody do their homework?
I still use the checklist, and I will be mailing out 3 host packets today that will include the checklist for them to follow along.
Awesome. Okay, so that's the change you're making.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Yeah. I mean, it just makes it really simple, and it also makes your job look easier for recruiting. So thanks, Karen. I know Michael, I'm sorry, I can't really see. Michaela, I'm sorry, I can't see your name.
It's okay, it's Michaela.
Michelle, I never would have got it, sorry.
That's okay.
My dyslexic brain doesn't do that many vowels.
Okay.
Okay. All right. I'm going to be checking in with my team to see who was able to do their host coaching homework and holding them accountable. So if you haven't got it done yet, make sure you get it done before I give you a call. You might have a little bit of a reprieve because my son's getting married Saturday, and I hope to be healthy by then. And then next week I have executive seminar. So I'll be gone from the 13th to the 16th to Chicago. I know some of you have Lead Plus that you're flying into. So anyhow, I'm turning over the call to Katie. And Katie, we're gonna start with you.
Awesome. Well, I was going to ask also, is there anybody who would like to share what they've been doing as far as action goes for not only the last call like Dina mentioned, but also handing out mini catalogs and recipe cards? How many of you passed out? how many businesses have you pampered from Karen's? So please let us know, comment below what you have done, what you are continuing to do, and how many people you're reaching with that. Because each of these calls is set up as a building block, and as you continue doing them, when you do them, this is what is going to make this is the business builder that we've promised you. This is the program. This is how it works. So please just comment below. This is how many I handed out. This is how many businesses I went to. This is what I've done. And whether or not you think that you have like this great thing to share or not, just consistency beats brilliance every time. So be consistent and keep doing what you're doing, and just keep doing your homework. And I'd love to see when she posts this link, post below then, or feel free if you jump on here, feel free to share what you've done and how it's affected your business. So I'm going to move into recruiting, and this is informing versus inviting. And before I get started with that, I was going to put this question out there. So why would you want to recruit? Why would you want people on your team? Why would you want a team? If anybody can answer, or if they're busy and they have to stay muted, that's fine too.
You can increase your paycheck.
Always good, yes.
You can earn trips.
Absolutely.
You can offer people opportunities and goal, and I guess dream achieving opportunities that they may not have with their job or other companies.
Yeah, absolutely. Those were my top three too. That's what I have written down too. Great minds think alike, Karen. So that's exactly why those reasons are exactly why you want to recruit. So she mentioned helping people. Pampered Chef helps people.
No, I'm out of it.
Hey, Miss Dina, you are not muted anymore. I'm just letting you know.
Oh, you're not muted. So then you click here.
All right, we'll click here. Sorry, I tried to make a post.
To be muted. If you're gonna, yeah, so just letting you know. So helping people, that is absolutely one of the biggest reasons why you want to recruit. Think about what you want from Pampered Chef, about what you have gotten from Pampered Chef. Think about what if somebody had never invited you, So looking back at your goals and your dreams and your achievements, every one of us is different. Looking at the 4 people on the screen right now, I don't know Michela, but I know Karen and I know Dina, and I know all 3 of us are very different with our goals and our dreams and our why and why we started to begin with. We also have achieved different things over the years. So it's for everybody. So helping them on the level they want. So also trips. The only reason, awesome, gave catalogs. The only reason I have achieved the last 2 trips that I've been on, both the Disneyland trip and then the trip to the Bahamas, was because of recruiting. I am what I like to still refer to as a part-time consultant. And as a part-time consultant, I have earned not only those 2 trips, but I earned the second level of those trips. So, getting to go to Disneyland and not having to pay anything. In fact, they gave me more money than we actually used down there. And having my family just be over the moon. This is why Mom does Pampered Chef. So not only the paycheck that I get every month, but, a real trip that they get to go on. Disneyland was fantastic. And the Bahamas was fantastic. And it was the first time we had been on a honeymoon. And just a little personal thing about my family, even if we were the type of family to save up to go on these types of trips, or to, get the money in order to go on these types of trips, which we would have to save up for. We have other priorities with our money. So spending that kind of money on these fantastic trips is not even in our radar right now. So earning them from Pampered Chef is fantastic. And the only reason, like I said before, the only reason that I got them was through recruiting, was through helping people with this business. And then also the third thing, which Karen also mentioned, is the paycheck. You get more for helping people with their business. So you get an extra percentage when you reach different levels with Pampered Chef. You get more when people are active with Pampered Chef. It's like when you join Pampered Chef, it's like buying an airplane. And you can, I refer to it, you can take off and do as many shows as you want and get to whatever your cruising altitude is for you and your family and your business. But one wing is your sales and your parties, and your other wing is recruiting, is your team. And so in order to have a balanced airplane so that you are flying sweet and not having to do a whole lot of effort in order to keep your business, like I said, consistency pays off, that you need both wings of that airplane. So talking to you about informing versus inviting. So I've heard over and over again, yeah, I let everybody know, yeah, I tell everybody about it and things like that. But there's a difference between telling people what they can get from Pampered Chef and just doing a blurb at the end of your shows. Some never let it off the ground. What good is it if you don't fly it? Yes, yes, yes. And you know what, to be honest with you, if you want to keep taxiing around that airport, good for you. If that's your goal, is just keep going around from gate to gate to gate, but to see different places and to have that experience and the paycheck and everything, you have got to get off the ground. Absolutely, you do. So informing them and letting them know about it, that's completely different. So last week we talked about host coaching, and not only with host coaching, but other things, and making that connection with people. Think about invitations. Who invites you to things? Your friends invite you to things. Your family invites you to things. You're not going to get, you might get a random invitation from somebody that you don't really know at church or at a club or something like that. But honestly, if you don't have some sort of connection with them, or if there's not a reason for them to attend your party or to attend whatever it is that you're inviting them to, why would they want to? So think about making that connection with them and finding out their why. That's really, really important, is finding out what Pampered Chef can do for them. Do they need the extra money? I don't even know the statistics right now, but most people in America are in debt. So find out what they need. Do they need to have that extra paycheck for car payment? Do they need the extra paycheck for a private school? Do they want to stay home with their kids? Do they want to pay off a credit card debt? Do they need to get braces for their kids? Do they want to go on vacation? There's a reason for everything. So do they need money, and why? Do they just need to get out and have fun? I know people that are in our Pampered Chef family who just needed adult time. And yes, that need was just as great as the other people's need for the income. So find out what they need from it, what they could use, or how Pampered Chef can help them, and then make it personal. Always make it personal. Something I always tell my hosts when we're talking about the business opportunity is, I will always do the best thing for you. And I know that means joining my team, because I know what I have gotten out of it. So same bonding as when, I'm just following my notes here. So when you host coach your hosts, you end up with a great show. When you make that same connection with them and use the same sort of checklists, then they can have a great business and they can get their why. Just sharing when I camp, sports, everything, yes, there's people, all of your friends everywhere. But you have to make a connection with them too. So when do I share the business? Just letting you know, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 people have joined my team this year. And so that's just my statistics for this year only. So when do you offer the business? I offer it when they book the show. I offer it to my hosts. I offer it on our first call. I offer on our second call. I offer on the third call. I offer before the show, the day before when I'm checking in with them. I offer it before the show when I'm setting up. I offer it at the show and during the show. And I offer it when we're closing the show. Now, depending on the feedback I've gotten from her, from those, I will also write her name on my little list that I have hanging next to my computer, so that I can remember to check in with her and see when is good for her. And I always let them know that they are worth the wait and that they would be so good at it and why they would be good at it. Also, even if all like 6 or 7 or 8 times you offer it, they say, no, not right now, or no, that's not good for me, that does not stop me from mentioning it again. I let them know, I hear you and I respect your decision. I'm just going to offer it again just in case you think of something to change your mind, because I've had people change their mind once they see how easy it is, once they see how fun it is. And I'll say something along the lines of, I know that we already chatted about this, and I know, and I heard you when you say you're busy because of this. I'm just letting you know, there's still time for you to change your mind. And did you get to talk about it with anybody? And are there any questions that you have? Don't forget, there's still time. I can still come to your party and you can get the host benefits and the paycheck. Okay, so at your shows, when you are doing your why talk, when you're doing your story and sharing the business opportunity, feel the emotion, express the emotion that you're feeling from it. The more that you are sharing with them on a personal level of what Pampered Chef has done for you and why you decided to join Pampered Chef, the more it's going to mean to them. So I'm not an extremely emotional person, but when I talk about my boys getting off the rides at Disneyland and them voluntarily saying, Mom, thank you so much for earning this trip. We're having a good time. And then when my husband was walking along the beach with me in the Bahamas and he said, thank you for doing what you do, and and spending time with him, that was our first honeymoon. That was after almost 15 years of marriage. That was the first time we had been on a honeymoon. And it's just a great thing. Having a completely pampered kitchen has been a huge blessing. Helping out our family financially has been a huge blessing. Earning those trips for my family and not putting that financial burden on us it's been amazing. Pampered Chef has done so much for me and for my family. So why would you not share it? In fact, I have to tell you really quick. One of the gals that joined my team last month, I came home and from a host coaching, from chatting with her, and I said, well, good news and bad news. And he goes, well, what's the good news? And I said, the good news is she already has over 600 in sales. And he goes, great, what's the bad news? I'm like, well, she joined my team, so it's her sales now. And he goes, well, he's like, can you just stop offering it to people? And I was like, I can't not offer this amazing business to people. You know, I can't not do it. It's so amazing. And so she's going to have that paycheck and the host benefits, and we'll see where it goes from there. I'm going to help her as much as she needs help with, and use that checklist. And I can't not. I really can't not offer the opportunity to absolutely everybody. And speaking of everybody, I just flip my notes around. Please do invite everybody. I don't care what they look like, or if they're male or female, or if they're tall or short, or anything. Invite everybody. I don't care how old they are. Well, they have to be at least 18, I believe. But, you know, invite everybody. And don't not invite somebody because you assume that they are too busy. You know, if you look at the videos of the people that joined Pampered Chef on our Consultants Corner, not Consultants Corner, I apologize, on your website under Join My Team, you will see different stories of people. And the first one is a very successful businesswoman who was in the corporate world. And she quit that and is making more now with Pampered Chef because her priorities changed and she wanted to stay home and she wanted to have time with her family. So do invite everybody. And as Dina messaged, also re-invite the people on your team who have dropped off. Every once in a while, just send them a note that you're thinking about them. Send them a message or an email. Let them know you're thinking about them, and, you know, go from there and you can message back and forth. If you are busy like me or forgetful like me, or you're worried about dropping the ball and not checking up with people, have yourself a little checklist or a little note next to your desk of the people that you want to connect with every month and why. So you would, next to Angela, I have join ? Host ? Because she is a consistent host for me, and she's mentioned wanting to join my team. And it hasn't been the right time yet, but she's worth the wait. So I will check in with her from time to time. So if somebody has offered you kind of just a hint that they might be interested in, but now's not a good time, or yeah, but not now, or, if you see anybody that says, well, I really want that, but money's tight, write their name down and connect with them. And they don't need to know that their name is on a list next to your computer, but just when you look up, connect with people without offering sales to them, without mentioning even Pampered Chef right away. I have a list of, because I'm not very good at remembering these things, I have a list of people that I need to connect with, and most of them sound something like, hey, I'm just checking in, how are you? Or, again, using Angela, hey, Angela, I'm just checking in, how are you liking your in-home daycare? Or, hey, Angela, I saw that you have a new boyfriend, that's great, how are you doing, what does he do? Just check in with people and form that bond with them and get personal with them, and just get a relationship, form a relationship with people so that you can help them. We will see how long it takes that Angela to join my team. All right, so that's what, I know I'm super early. I know this is supposed to go for an hour, but I don't think anybody would be upset if it went a little short. If you have any questions for me about extending the invitation to anyone, let me know. But I have a couple of to-dos for you to practice. So I would your homework assignments are to practice your why story. Practice your standing in front of people, and before you close, not only the host specials, but tell them, I know I introduced myself in the beginning. as to why I joined, but let me share with you why I stayed. Sorry, do you have something, Dina?
So, I guess with recruiting, you're going to hear no sometimes.
Yes.
And that's just part of the business.
Absolutely.
And they might not be saying no to you. They might be saying no to the time in their life. They might be saying no to a financial need. But how many times do you hear no in a day? How many times do you say no to yourself? It's not a big deal. And you continue to follow up, because that's how you get the yeses. And people are going to say 9 times out of 10, they're going to say no. So you got to grow some thick skin and just be aware that it's no big deal to hear the word no, So one of the things I like to do when I'm teaching recruiting is tell the catch-up story. And that's just simply you go through the drive-through and you've got a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old in the back seat, and the guy asks you if you want ketchup with those French fries. What do most moms say?
Heck no.
Heck no. Heck no. Not even no. Heck no. Because they can just see them having a ketchup fight in the back. Well, what if the gal who asked you that question, if you wanted ketchup or not, got offended when you said no to her? And she stopped asking people if they want ketchup. The next person might say, well, of course I want ketchup. And now they have to ask for it instead of it being offered. And maybe they just go away and think, well, that business doesn't even offer ketchup, So they wait till the next time they go to their drive-thru and that person offers them ketchup. And they're thinking, I like this drive-thru better. That's what happens to people a lot of times. They go to a show. They're kind of thinking a little bit about the opportunity, but it wasn't offered to them. So they wait and they go to the next show. And the next show, the girl offers it to them. Who are they going to sign with? The person who offers. Remember, no's are no big deals. And sometimes you're even going to get a heck no, Yeah. I think that's really important to have is this attitude that you're going to get a yes, but it doesn't always come in a row. And so, I think that just covers, again, there's tons of material online. Katie, I know you've got probably homework for everybody. But I just wanted to talk a little bit about the attitude of getting the no's.
Oh, absolutely. And you know what? That's a fantastic story because it's absolutely true. I can't even tell you how many no's I get because of all the times that I offer it. I'm not even going to begin to keep track of every time somebody tells me no. And it's not a big deal for me because when I give a gift, when I give somebody a candle or a lotion or something and it's not for them now or it's not for them at all, and they give it to someone else, it doesn't bother me. It's the thought of giving them something, at least I offered it to them. If they couldn't use it, that's fine. Again, I can't even tell you how many times hosts or guests have told me no. In fact, with only 15 people joining my team this year and as many shows as I've done, I'm sure you can do the math and figure out there have been an awful lot of no's. And you know what? It doesn't bother me because they're not telling me no. They're just saying no to the business right now. It doesn't affect me at all. And again, if they say not right now at the show, when I'm sitting there, and this is with hosting as well, just an FYI, but when they say, oh, no, not right now, I smile and I say, okay, so let me clarify. So you said not right now. Does that mean not right now as in you're not going to join my team tonight? Does that mean not right now you're not going to join my team this weekend? What does not right now mean to you? And that way, you'd be surprised. So 90% of the time, or even 95% of the time, they're like, oh, I'm just not interested. I'm like, and that's fine. Thank you for letting me know. But those other times, they really mean not right now and they can't do it this paycheck. I have gotten that before. So make sure you're finding out what not right now means to them because it may mean something completely different from what you're thinking. So yeah, always offer. Doesn't matter about anything else. Always offer. Don't take it personally. There's that Q-tip, quit taking it personally. It is the business right now that they don't want. It is not you. So yeah, just always offer. And like I said, even with that person, with host coaching and offering it all those 6, 7, 8 times, every time you offer it and they tell me no, like I told you, I just keep, Dina, I did not see what you asked.
Sounds like you ask a lot, but what do you put in your packet? What do you put in your drawing slip? What's in your host coaching stuff? What kind of drawing slip do you use? Things like that. The mechanics of recruiting.
Okay, so I always include one of the Taste the Good Life brochures in with the host packets, and we do go over it while I'm host coaching them, and I refer back to it because I really love on the back how it says there's the 1 to 4 shows a month is extra spending, part-time with 5 to 8, building a rewarding business, so they can see it's not hard to do. So this is what I use. The drawing slips I'm not so great with. I do, when I get home though, I do put their, if they've mentioned anything about the business at all, an interest in it, I do write their name down on my list along with the way they want to be contacted, because the way, you know, how you talked about last time about asking them, how do you want me to contact you? I do write that down as well. So most of the time it is text now, and so I'll write down, this is actually a different Angela that was at my last cooking show that expressed interest. So she wants to be contacted via text, so I have her name and I have her phone number written down, and I have the word text next to it. And I just keep track of when I contact her. So I contacted her before my camping trip this past weekend. It's been a very busy September. And then I just texted her again this morning, and she hasn't responded. So I'm going to wait, and I will give her a call this evening just to touch base to see when a good time is for us to talk, because I know she runs a salon, so I know she has clients coming in and out. And I don't want to bother her with that. But, and then depending on tonight, so if she doesn't respond to my voice message or the chat tonight, then I will put her in my to-do list for next week. Yeah, and then just keep in contact with her. And then if she doesn't respond next week, then I'll put her 2 weeks out so that I'm not hounding her at all. And I always, so if somebody doesn't respond to me when I message or text or a voicemail or whatever, if they don't respond at all, I let them know, hey, I don't want to bother you. I just want to, and then tell them, you know, I know this will be great for you. I know that you let me know that you were interested. If you've changed your mind at all, please let me know so that I'll stop asking. Or if you're okay with me sending you a reminder and the bonus of the month, I can do that once a month too. And I've done that until somebody's been ready. And I still have a list of people that want to continue hearing what the bonuses are for joining that month, but they're not ready yet. So find out what they want, and if they've changed their mind, tell them, hey, anytime you change your mind and you no longer are interested in earning extra money or whatever they told you they were interested in, maybe they want the free products. So remember and write that down too. So whatever their interest is in the first place, find out. And then write that down so that when you connect with them, hey, if you change your mind about having extra money, or hey, if you change your mind about earning those free products, let me know and I'll stop bothering you. But if you want to continue hearing, then I'll just keep sending you, that bonus every month, or offering. Okay, yes, homework would be to practice your story and inviting somebody, finding out what their why is, what they need from Pampered Chef. We do have simple recruiting cards that work very well for a lot of people who are not comfortable yet with offering the opportunity to people. That's on Consultants Corner. It's just flipping over cards, and it's brilliant. Actually, my husband was a recruiter from the military, and he had cards too that he was supposed to use. So it's a proven, it's a successful method of offering opportunity. So if you are not comfortable, next week is the recruiting interview. Yes, using that too. And keep passing out your 15 recipe cards or mini catalogs. If you don't have the mini catalogs, please invest in yourself and in your business and go ahead and order those from Consultants Corner. Keep using the host coaching checklist for each one of your hosts. It does make a difference, I promise you. And then also as an extra, there are a couple product challenges for September floating around. There's the popcorn one, and there's the emoji cookie cutters. Go ahead and share one of those. So those are your homeworks. It's just practicing your why and practicing inviting them. And if you would like to go for no, some people, instead of going for yeses, it's easier to go for no. So keep track of the people, how many times people tell you no. And I think the last time I did a go for no, my goal was 100, and I stopped at 60 something because I was getting too many yeses for my business. So that works too, going for no and just telling them, hey, I have 3 questions for you. I've been challenged to ask you 3 questions, and please just let me know yes or no. Both of them help. And then you can go ahead and offer them the new product thing, the hosting, and then of course the business. Okay, so the simple interview, when you have gotten a maybe or a yes or I'll think about it, and you've asked, hey, can I connect? When can I connect with you and get that date? So the simple interview is next week. Details will be posted. Dina just mentioned something about it here, but or she commented something, but details will also be posted on our page later. And please don't forget to share with us what you have done, what you are continuing to do, and how it's helped your business, because those are the steps. So that's all I have. If you have any questions, please reach out on the same team page. I'm happy to help with anything. And recruiting is all about, like I said before, recruiting is all about making that connection, finding the need, and helping them meet the need. It is always, always about the other person. So that's all I have. If you have any questions, let me know.
Terrific. Thank you, Katie. Hope everybody gets their homework done. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.